This video is going to be about the associated B6.2. Just came out. They just got them in our hobby store, Larry's Performance RC. So I picked one of those up too. I've been running around a B6. I don't have a B6.1. So there's some updates that they've made between the chassis, and it's just time for an upgrade, I thought. So I'll be building the new B6.2 and installing a Revtech, Trinity Revtech X-Factor motor. Hoping that increases my speeds and reduces my lap times, makes me a little more competitive. Anyways, really comes down to driving. I don't get there very often, but hey, if I can be in the B mains, I'm happy, I'm having fun. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just do an unboxing. I couldn't find anything on YouTube right now, so I figured before I dug in and started building the kit, I'd go ahead and do an unboxing, show you what comes with it. It may help some of you that are out there looking at the B6.2 and trying to decide if you need to upgrade from, you know, a B5M or a B6 or even a B6. Alright, so just to show you some of the key features that they call out on the box. Essentially, this is the 3-gear laydown stealth transmission. They've got different versions of this, and it essentially moves where the motor is placed. This is the carpet car, so it wants to move this motor as far forward as possible. The dirt car is going to have probably a layback transmission that's going to move this stuff further back so that you have more weight on the back of the car to provide more rear traction. It comes with a body. You have to cut that out and paint it yourself. They call out a couple of improvements that they've made here on the suspension. Symmetric rear arms with improved geometry. Bolt-on +1 steering arm for improved steering response. Again, that's probably primarily for the carpet car. Comes with a location to mount your fan directly on there when you're running these cars hard and indoors. Especially the stock class stuff, you're going to heat these motors up. You want to keep them cool with the fan. 69mm CVAs, which are the drive shafts. Different rear hub assembly. Here, this looks pretty much identical to the design that I just built on the B74, so I think they're bringing some of that B74 rear end design into the B6.2, so that'll give us some I guess commonality between the two platforms. And then they have the easy access differential that can be raised and lowered in the chassis based on how we set our ride height. Usually you want to lower the car for carpet and raise the diff up to keep your drive shafts in an efficient position. And then, you know, they lay out the the rear sway bar links that are included, and then they show the electronics that, you know, how they're mounted. There's the steel plates that you use to add the weight to the front, and then all the things they show here with the receiver, the speed control, and the servo. That's all stuff you have to provide yourself. And then, you know, the front wing is also part of this design. So, okay, one of the most satisfying things to do when you buy something new is to cut that factory seal. There's 3 of them on this box, so you get 3 times the fun. So before I open it, again, this is the RC10 B6.2 team kit. This is the carpet version, not the dirt version. Essentially, the track I race at most of the time closest to my house is Larry's Performance RC. It's an AstroTurf track, so you get the carpet versions to race here. There's a couple other good tracks here. RC Clubhouse is one. It's a clay track. You have a little bit different setup there, but it is a high grip clay track. I haven't been there in a while. It's just a lot further from my home than Larry's, so I stick with the carpet and race on the AstroTurf. So let's take a look at what we get in the B6.2 box. Get your body and your wing. Looks like a, you know, the front fin. Now when I got my SC 6.1, they fitted in the same size box. It didn't include a body, so I'm happy to see they're still including the bodies in the buggies. Get your essentially your base plate, build everything off of that. shock kit. If you've built these buggies before, pretty much Team Associated numbers all their bags. Everything comes in a nice organized grouping, and you follow the manual through number by number, essentially like building a Lego kit, just it's a real RC car, not a toy. It's like a battery strap assembly, all of your gears, a bunch more pieces for mounting the assembly, your drive axles. Again, the kit for the carpet car, it comes with essentially a gear diff, and the dirt car comes with a ball diff. Some suspension components, tie rod ends, looks like some more suspension parts and bits and pieces for the front axles. That's aluminum front axles here on the front. Comes with all the shock oil that you're going to need. Looks like it has 30 weight, 5K for the diff, and 40 weight. Metal gear differential. And then you've got your suspension arms and your, looks like your C or D blocks that go in the back. Those are aluminum on this kit, and then your adjustable spacers to set your toe in on the rear. And then more frame pieces. It does come with weights for the chassis that you mount under your servo and under your ESC. I think these are aluminum, but I'm not sure if they're aluminum or steel. I'd have to check on that. Your bearings, bearing kit, some more suspension parts, a cover for your gear, and then looks like we wrap it all up with you know, the B6.2 manual, which we'll be following here to build the kit. That's it. That's it for the B6.2. That's what you get in the box. Obviously, you have to provide your own speed control, your own battery, your own servo, and tires and rims. But everything else here is included in the kit. Make sure you set aside some time to enjoy building the kit to your own specifications, and then once it's done, enjoy taking it to the track and giving her a rip. Okay, I'm going to try to give you maybe a little bit better close-up of what we've got here, maybe without getting everything out, but you know, the chassis itself, Associated B6, it says, if you can see that, you know, plus 3 millimeters. I think it's a little longer version for the carpet tracks. You want to, you know, move more weight forward on these vehicles to get more steering, because you have tons of traction on AstroTurf or carpet. And you'll see on each one of these bags, they're labeled 1 through 10 in this case. All the pieces, some come on these little you know, plastic injection molded runs that you have to break off and use for assembly. All the screws and components come in each one of these bags. Bag 2 comes with some of the, you know, main components of the chassis, the carbon fiber, you know, front and rear shock towers, the, you know, injection molded plastic side panels for the chassis. That's all included. And then you can see the weight plates that we have here. You know, this one 36 grams. This goes under your speed control, adds weight to the front. And then here's a 24-gram version. That one is essentially goes underneath your servo, again adding weight to the front, and this feels like a steel plate to me. So moving right along, you know, here's your front axles. They're, you know, blue anodized aluminum and all the hardware you need for it. You know, your front spindle assemblies, you know, come in this bag. It's all part of the assembly bag number 3. Assembly bag number 4, you're getting the rear suspension components. Again, your C and D blocks, your suspension pins, all of your adjustment with the little pills that go into the C and D blocks to adjust your anti-squat and your toe in. And this is your shock fluids. It comes with the kit, at least what they recommend for your starting point. I'll probably make some changes for this specific to the way guys have been setting up their cars at the track I race at. And then you have essentially your gear diff with the outdrives, and this gear diff comes with metal internal gears for the differential. Moving on, you have more components here. This is all your transmission housing for the back. Associated calls it their stealth transmission, and also comes with the spur gear. Pinion gear is not included. You have to provide that yourself with your motor. They also offer another gear. Usually they give you two options for gearing depending on if you're running mod or stock. Again, I'm going to be running 17.5 stock. And then in bag 7, got your essentially your axle spacers for mounting your wheels, and some other suspension components, and your rear drive shafts. Comes with your tools and tie rod ends and links. Aluminum shock bodies. Come in bag 9 with all the components you need to assemble your shocks. Again, these are kits. They come in pieces. You've got to do the work to put it together. Now, if this looks a little bit too much work for you, I know a lot of hobby shops, so for a small fee, they're gonna put these things together for you, and they may even set it up for the track if they have a track at their hobby shop. So, personally, I like the assembly process. It's kind of fun to sit and walk through everything and build it the way I want it built, and then it also helps you know how to take it apart if you have to fix something at the track. And then there's just a couple more bags. There's your battery tie down, and then your nuts that essentially hold the wheels on, and then finally your cover for your gears, your pinion and your spur gear, and a protector for the front shock tower for carpet racing. Finally, I'd like to unbox this Trinity Revtech X Factor 17.5 motor. I just bought this to go in this new kit that I'm building. I'm going to carry over the electronics from my B6, but it was time for a new motor. So this is the new X Factor from Trinity. I'll be running the 17.5 class on AstroTurf, and let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. Alright. This comes with a sensor cable. That's part of the hardware that comes with it in the box. Trinity, essentially safety instructions, warranty claims, that comes in here as well. And then the motor itself. If I can get it out of here. That's it, 17.5. It's the new X Factor Trinity. It's got the solder tabs here, where the sensor port is. Your adjustable timing to set the timing of the motor. Yep, it's going to be a good motor. I'm excited to get my B6.2 built and get the Trinity Revtech 17.5 mounted in there and head back to the track for some racing.